If your weak sides are looking like this, these 5 fixes will be able to transform your weak sides from here to here. My name is Waveman J. I turn beginner waivers into elite waivers. You're clearly interested in that, so scroll down, subscribe, and hit the like button. Now, the first and most fatal mistake you beginners keep making that's hindering your weak sides from developing is getting haircuts way too frequently and cutting down way too low. If you go to the barbershop every 2 weeks and cut down your hair to 1 with the grain, that's the same exact thing as doing homework for 10 hours straight and then going ahead and feeding it to your dog. It makes no sense. What you want to be doing is spacing out the time between when you get haircuts. That is called wolfing. If your hair isn't able to reach its curl length, then your waves will never get the chance to develop. Now, the second mistake is still within the barbershop, which is getting tapers that are too high that won't allow your waves on the sides to develop. If you get a high taper every 2 weeks, it's just as bad as cutting down your hair below your curl length every 2 weeks. Why? The hair on the top grows the fastest, but the hair on the side takes the longest to grow. So if you're getting a taper and going all the way up to almost your crown every 2 weeks, you're ruining your progress. Your waves are never gonna be able to grow and be able to reach its curl length. Waves are laid down curls, and if your waves on the sides are never able to reach their curl length, your waves will never progress. Come on, man. What you want to be doing is getting tapers that don't go above this line. Doing that guarantees your size reaching its curl length. But how long should you be waiting between haircuts? I recommend waiting, as if you're a beginner, waiting at least 6 weeks on the dot. 6 weeks on the dot. You don't want to be overwolfing. So every 6 weeks you want to get a haircut. That's when you can cut your sides. But you need, this is very, very important, you need to make sure that you're actually cutting down to or a little bit above your curl length. If you cut below your curl length and you're a beginner, your waves aren't that deep yet, especially on the sides. You don't have waves on the sides yet. You're really just cutting off your progress if you just cut to a 1.5. So what you want to be doing is when you get that haircut, when you cut that wolf, you want to be cutting to your curl length. For me, that's around a 2 with the grain. Now, as you can see, wolfing is the primary force to getting waves on the side. And one thing you can do with wolfing that can supercharge your progress on getting waves on the side is taking advantage of the wash and style method. If you're currently only doing a wash and style once a week, brushing for 10 minutes straight, you want to stop doing that and you want to start doing a wash and style when you're wolfing 2 to 3 times a week. And if you get a 2-6 King Wavy shampoo bar, link in the description, you can even do an overwash, which is basically washing your hair every single day, and that supercharges your progress. But you want to be careful when doing that. Do your research before you even try doing an overwash. When your hair is reached its curl length, plus when you got that nice lather from the washing style, it becomes super easy to manipulate. You want to be doing your washing styles for around 20 minutes of the brushing portion of the washing style. I have made tons and tons of washing style videos, so just look up Waveman J washing style. Watch those to learn how to do a washing style. Now, if you're doing all these things or most of these things, and especially if you're not doing those first 2 or 3 tips and you still are struggling to get waves on the sides, that's just because A, it hasn't just hasn't been enough time, or B, you're just not putting in the work. If you're doing a 2 30-minute brush sessions every single day, if you're combing, if you're wolfing, if you're putting in the work in the bathroom, in a mirror like this, mirror behind you on the wall like this, and a handheld mirror in your hand, brushing, if you're doing that every day and staying consistent, it is impossible for you not to get waves. It's impossible for you not to be an elite waver. And it's extremely impossible for you not to get your waves on the side. So if you haven't gotten your waves on the sides yet, it's just you're not putting enough work, or it just hasn't been enough time. Stay consistent. And I'm sure you might think you're putting enough work, but you might not be. So you want to increase, the volume of brushing and progressively overload it. When I first started waving, I was probably brushing for 15 minutes a day. Now I can be brushing for around an hour a day. Right now I'm not wolfing, my hair is pretty short. So right now I'm doing like a 30-minute session in the morning, 30-minute session in the afternoon, or whatever. You just need to optimize and just continue to start brushing and optimize your brushing. Brushing is what gets you waves. At the end of the day, wolfing and brushing is what gets you waves. And if you're not brushing, you're not gonna get waves. Now, you need to know how to brush correctly to be able to get waves on the sides. So I made this video right here to show you how you correctly, how to actually brush your hair. So it's a full guide on how you actually brush your hair, and I'm showing you how to do that. You need to watch that video if you want to get waves on the side, because I'm showing you the actual process you have to do around every day to get waves on the side. Thanks for watching. God bless. Hi. Now, if you have a very specific issue with your waves that you just can't find in a YouTube video or something, I recommend DMing me, contacting me. I'm doing coaching calls for around $10-15. If you just have like a wave problem, make sure this is like a serious wave problem that you just need some like extra guidance from me, like face to face, online. I got you. DM me in Discord, Instagram, links in the description.